Now I'm going to record in 3, 2, 1. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we fucked up the first time. Legendary guest one more time, Mr. Aidan. We did this whole thing. It was a rough draft, but fuck it. We're going to do it all over again. Because Mr. Aidan was nervous, I was nervous, the quality was shitty, it's still shitty, but it's okay, it doesn't matter, because I'm trying to leave this as a legacy for my kids so they can see how cringy their dad was and how cool his fucking friends were. That's the whole point of this. You got some water, brother? You ready, or what do you need?
Absolutely. No, we're good to go, man.
Beauty. So, just to start from the beginning a little bit, because unfortunately we did just speak about this, but we gotta do it again.
We lost the audio, man. It's all good.
Correct. So thank you for doing this again with me. Let's go back in time. We met in Kitsilano, so if we recall a little bit about the story, Kitsilano was my secondary high school where I graduated from. Took me 15 different fucking schools to finally graduate and landed in Kits. Graduated in 2015. Aidan, you graduated in?
I think 2019, a little bit later. Yeah,
Got it.
I got some concussions for the Kitsilano soccer team, and then ended up going to an alternate school called Total Education. So I graduated like a year later.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, lots of concussions. So
Due to soccer?
yeah, I was playing for the Kitsilano Demons, the soccer team, and
Yeah.
just got smoked and lost a
times.
year of school.
Damn. Holy crap. No, I didn't know that. But you were in the same grade as. You were grade 10? I was grade 12? Or you were grade 11, grade 10?
Yeah. I was same grade as Dylan, so
Grade 10.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we went to school together. I'm there. I'm nervous. You've been there since grade 8?
Grade 9.
Grade 9.
Moved from Calgary, grade 9. Yeah.
Calgary, grade 9. You were born in Calgary?
Calgary. Yep.
Got it. Which hospital was that?
Peter Lougheed.
Peter Lougheed. Sure.
Peter Lougheed, baby.
From Calgary to Vancouver, finished school, but we met because I arrived at 10 and a half, transitioning to 11, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my buddies in my grade, Devin, was like, "Hey, I know you have no friends. It's okay, my guy. There's a couple other newbies here. You should come to this group called YoungLife." And just with the name, it just sounds enticing. The marketing is there. I'm like, I wonder what this is about. But I was really open-minded back then. I was still am. But I was just like much more flexible and sure. I don't know anybody that's started to meet people because I came from Colombia in a shell, terrified, fucking introverted. I way too much in my head. Such a low self-esteem, no confidence, nothing. Especially because you're going through puberty, but I was a late bloomer. So all kinds of to this day I still haven't hit puberty. I'm jealous of your beautiful beard, brother. Fuck. But
Thanks, man.
he's like, you should come to YoungLife, man. It's a good time. He didn't tell me anything about Christian camp or anything, but that's fine. I was just like, sure, let's go there and get to know people. So I remember going there for the first time, like 2 or 3 blocks away from the Kitsilano secondary school. Like in this, like, you go down the stairs in this little hut, this little home. I don't know if it was a church or something. You go downstairs to the bottom floor. You remember that? And then
Yeah, it was St. James Community Center.
fantastic. I
It was
remember,
like
dude.
10th or something. No, I was looking into it before, man.
Wow. Okay. Yes, we would go downstairs, and then a bunch of people from all different high schools, right? It was just like Lord Bing and PW and us and Point Grey maybe. But
Yep.
the only things I remember, and then you're gonna jog my memory. I don't know how you say it. You remind me.
Jog my memory.
Yeah. We used to play a lot of games. We used to hold a lot of hands together. We used to sing a lot of Taylor Swift. We used to. You did send me these pictures, so now it's remembered. I'm remembering what used to happen, which was crazy and cringe. I used to have this great wall of China right here, which I still do. Just like straight up, relaxed fucking hair, and I'm like, I was trying really hard to be Justin Bieber, man, because nobody could be him, but I could dance like him, and that's what stood out with you, right? Because that's how you like me. So, which was awesome because there's 2 types of people: the people that are like, yuck, what the hell is this? And then Aidan was like, cool that you're authentic to yourself and you're a dancer. Fuck it.
Yep.
I'll pause there. What was your point of view back in the day, brother? I'd love to hear of where your mind was at, the events, anything that jogs your memory, and then see if I remember that just to feel the nostalgia.
Yeah, man. I think again, like both of us really like came together over like Young Life. Like obviously we saw each other around at Kitsilano when I was studying there, but yeah, Young Life was crazy, man. I remember, when I moved to Vancouver and landed, didn't have friends for like 3 days and was just completely like out of my element, like really nervous. And then Mr. Dylan Winterberkey just like came up to me in the halls and was like, "Hey, you're new here, right? Like, I moved here from California. Come to my birthday party this
Oh,
weekend."
really?
And
That's what I
like,
was.
yeah, so it was paintball and like pizza and food and I went from a state of being absolutely terrified, to feeling right at home because of Mr. Dillon. And also the guy who brought me to Young Life. Yours was is it Devin
For me, it was Devin
Mitchell?
Mitchell. Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, for me, Dylan brought me to Young Life. Just going down those steps
Mm-hmm.
and seeing all these people from Kits and all over. Um, it was just a really great time where like we all were brought together and yeah, just had a lot of fun Thursday nights, I think.
That I have
But
no clue. Really? I thought it was like it might have been once a week. You might be right.
yeah, it was once a week. I want to say Thursday 7:55 because I know
Wow.
I know they put 7:55 on the t-shirts. It's the only reason I remember
Really?
it.
I
But
don't remember that either.
um, yeah, dude. But I
Sure.
think it was Thursday 7:55. But yeah, just an amazing time. Lots of games. I sent you some photos earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the shrink wrap races where they'd like absolutely completely wrap you in shrink wrap, and you'd have to kind of like you know,
Yeah,
just like
got it.
shimmy your way to the finish line. The plexiglass one as well,
Yeah,
like a piece of
once
plexiglass, jam and peanut butter, and then each person had to like lick it till it was clean. And once you
cringe.
got,
Yep.
yes, super weird, dude. But like just little like icebreakers, like um, yeah, rock paper scissors wars and stuff like that. Like all the cringy games that you
Good
play
time.
in these things.
I don't remember any of the games until you bring them up. For me, it was just like singing and dancing. That's it.
Fair enough. There
Wow.
was to that, but I loved the and the skits as well that the leaders would do were just always so funny.
Do you remember any? Just so you can think of any?
I, I was hoping you wouldn't ask, but
So no.
yeah, no, I'd have to like think about it.
That's fine.
Like
No
I
problem.
can't remember.
It's
There was
11,
tons.
12 years ago. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Holy shit.
2013, yeah, 2013, 2014. Because I remember you were only able to go from grade 9 to 12, and then you graduated
Yeah,
and you're
we
out.
yeah, we got there the same time. Like I was in Vancouver 2013, 2014 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's kind of when I landed and then from then Young Life till I graduated. So
You did go every year,
yeah.
right? Every week, ideally.
I think once I can't remember. I think I only got to go 2 years because I was like grade 9 and then I moved to a different school. So I think I only went 2 or 3 years. I can't remember now, but definitely
Mm.
two.
I'm definitely going to put up some pictures up here. Probably share some of the ones that you gave us. I'm just going to snap them
Absolutely, man.
here and put them on a little slideshow. So I'll pause for 10 seconds. And hopefully you guys enjoyed those photos, because holy crap, what a blast. This guy had no beard, he was tiny, and now he's this machine. I probably look no different apart from this shit. Um, the hair is still the same. Fuck man, those earrings. Just this whole, I go above and beyond to become Justin, because I would embody him. And then the best part of Young Life, which I'll share the video as well, I'll probably link in the description, because if not, the podcast will be too long. But we got invited to Rockridge, because I remember it was like $400 for a week,
Yeah.
and there was two different ones, winter and summer camp, and that's just on another
Yep.
level. They take you all the way to Penticton or whatever, Princeton, where was it? I think it was Princeton.
Princeton,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
and 3 hour journey I think on the bus. Fun.
Yep.
I just remember singing "What time is it?" High School Musical shit on the way there. And I was hyped until we got there, brother. And beautiful mountains, a zip line from A to Z.
Yep.
Your leap of faith, which we'll get into that in a second.
Oh
the
yeah. They saw the pictures.
You would climb this thing on this. It's like this big lake. You would climb onto it. You jump into like this sausage, and then usually the two bigger people will send you flying up in the air into the water. That was
Oh
summer
yeah,
camp.
yeah, yeah. That was
Volleyball,
crazy.
volleyball camp, and we'd have our own. I remember being the dead baby, not dead babies, the samurai babies, ninja babies, ninja babies. Some people were like the Star
Amazing.
Fox. Some people were. Do you remember? The Greek gods or something like that. Yeah.
There's so many.
So
Yeah.
many versions. Playing sting pong, so that's why I became a big fan of sting pong because I was always watching Dustin on how to do that. Because playing
Yep.
with to this day, to anytime I go to the arcade, I'm like, I want to bring sting pong in because it's just satisfying, burning
So
people's
fun.
backs. And for people that don't understand what that is, you got your ping pong table, you got a racket here, you got a racket here, you got a ball on one side, and you got ideally like 10, 15 people. So then whenever you hit the ball, you move to the other side, and then you move to the other side, and then if you miss, the other person has to turn around, put their shirt up from their back, and then you have to burn their back with the ping pong. And Dustin taught me
Yeah.
the way. I'm surprised nobody else picked up on that. But like at winter camp, which was so good, he would just burn backs, and you see those marks on people's back. It's just this pretty sadistic, but very entertaining because the feeling of ooh, and everybody's like shocked. And then I picked it up because he like left to do his young life leadership thing, and I
Yeah.
started burning backs, and I started getting known for that. Actually, out of one of the pictures that you that you went to the prom with the girl, her and her two other friends,
Oh yeah.
like gave me like these balloons, being like, "These are for you because you're like the king," and it was like literally Justin Bieber being like, "We love you" or "Believers" or whatever the fuck. I don't know, cringy shit, but good times, man. Do you have any memories from
Yeah.
that?
Oh man, there's so many. Sting pong was definitely one of them. I think like I was always in that games room, man. Like
So good.
just playing pool and whatnot. The other one that I can't remember what it's called is around the pool table, a similar thing where everyone's rotating around it. So one person has the cue ball and then there's the 8 ball. And rather than like two ping pong paddles, it's you're trying to hit the cue ball into the 8 ball and sink it, and you just go around the table and each person gets like one shot. I don't know if you remember that or if it's like jogging your
Memory
memory, but like
unlocked. I forgot about that. Yeah.
yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but
No
that
fucking
game.
clue.
And then yeah, I don't know. If you sink the black ball on somebody, then or if your ball stops moving, you're out or the other person's out. I don't know. I kind of forget the rules, but like that was really
Holy
fun.
shit, I forgot about that game. You're right. Yeah, because the ping pong
Yeah,
table was here, and then the other pool tables were here, and then you go into this auditorium where we did like a recap of everything and sing Jesus. We
yeah.
had the pool. People would do like backflips in the pool and stuff. We had this Halloween night or whatever. We dressed up as everything.
Pool party.
You remember that? I wore a dress. There was like two different ones. I wore a dress one, and then there was one that we actually all got cleaned up, which you sent me the pictures. I remember that one. Everybody.
Yeah, the formal.
There we go.
Yeah, so the formal and going out on the banana boat thing, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
boat driver trying to like whip you off the banana. The mini rave thing where everybody got in like neon clothes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you'll have to put some pictures up for that. But that, when we all converged into that like big room and all sang together, like I vividly remember, I think it was Wonderwall by Oasis,
You're
like
right.
a
You're right.
classic Young Life song. I think it was that song, or The Scientist. I don't know, a
Something like
Coldplay
that.
song.
Yep.
And Erickson like took his shirt off and was like waving it around, and that was like his last camp,
Oh wow.
and it was just like, oh dude, it was crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the leap of faith as well, where you climb up the telephone pole, and you're on this tiny little like 2x4 platform,
Something
and then
like
you
that.
jump off with your friend trying to get
Grab
to a
on.
bar.
It feels like you're gonna grab one of those electricity wires.
Yeah, dude. And it was like always really like greasy or something. I don't know, dude. Like it was just impossible to grab.
I hate that. Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, dude. It was just terrible. Oh, and the like capture the flag one where there was like two towers with your bosses and everybody on the field has like little flags. and you're basically collecting flags, and once you get a certain amount, you can go for their like dragon or something. I don't know if you ever played that, but that was like
I
a
remember it.
massive.
We also got these tubes that we filled them in with like soap or whatever, and we smashed each other with them everywhere. People, do you remember
The pool noodles or whatever.
that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Holy crap, man! Now we have a video. Yeah, just check the link in the description. It will lead to my other video if you guys care. Please distribute it to anybody that you know, like especially Dylan Winterbreaker. Whatever. What's his last name?
Winterbergy.
Winterbreaker. I
Winterbergy.
always call him the Windbreaker. If you can send the video to him because I think you'd enjoy it, and I'll try to see who else we can get a hold of to relive those good memories. Because thank you for all those pictures. There's a lot of good stuff. I'll probably get rid of that because 50 minutes of Young Life is a bit long for a topic.
Absolutely.
Good
Just good memories.
Yes.
Yeah. Watch
We-
the video.
we
It's
needed that.
fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Followed by, so Young Life, we graduate. See you later, brother. I was really sad. I do remember being really sad of leaving. Mainly Young Life,
Yeah.
more than school.
Same. Yeah, when they're like, "Oh, sorry, you can't come back," you know, it's like, "Oh shit!"
too old
Like,
now.
yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah. It's like either be a leader or don't. And I was very
Debating?
tempted. Dustin was very like tempting on getting me to be a leader, but in the end, I moved to London, right? So
Okay.
couldn't. But
Tell me about London a little bit.
for sure, yeah. So after Vancouver, I think I was like must have been like 18 or 19. My dad got a job in London, and I moved out there for 2 years. Um, really cool place, like lovely to visit. Um, really cool like landmarks and whatnot. Great nightlife. But ultimately, wasn't the biggest fan of the people. I did get some really good friends out there, but overall, like, yeah, people just weren't the nicest. Very like in their own world and hard to talk to or strike up a conversation with. It's very difficult to like meet people and have genuine connections.
Sure.
But I did get a few great friends. So
Similar vibe to Vancouver people, the culture.
yes, I'd say like Canada as a whole is much friendlier than anywhere else in the world. Like
Sure.
we're very lucky to be here for sure. Like obviously there's like other places with great people, but for London I was really just disappointed. And in Vancouver, also not the biggest fan of like just the general people in Vancouver. I thought they were, yeah, just very tough to like talk to, and like didn't feel like they were interested. It felt very cliquey. Um, yeah, it was just tough to do that. But Young Life brought all the best people together, so it didn't matter. But you know, if you go downtown, I just felt like people weren't super friendly or whatever. So
I get you.
I don't know.
That makes sense. And you were in London for how long did you say?
2 years.
2 years. And then you moved back.
Yeah.
What was the plan?
Yeah. No, I stayed there for 2 years. I worked in a chiropractic clinic for a bit. Met some cool people. Did a lot of traveling, and then I moved back to Calgary just before COVID. So it was like December 2019 is when I came back
Just
here.
before that hit. Yeah, you got lucky as well. I came the week
Yeah.
before the whole world shut down from Las Vegas. I was traveling there. I've never been there before, and holy shit. They won't shut down Vegas. Yeah, right.
Nope.
Everything. We got lucky we escaped, but so I get you. And the plan was to come back to here, and then COVID hit. How did you deal with COVID?
It's really tough, man. I'm a super social guy. I'm always out doing stuff, hanging out with people. So COVID was really tough for me, and I think it was tough for a lot of people. You know, you're just kind of in your house and in
No.
lockdown, and you know, you can go out for a walk and it's like, okay, cool, but I want to see people. um I definitely did meet up with people, do the old like tailgate party, and just like, you know, because you were allowed to be in a parking lot or whatever. So there's multiple occasions where I'd just meet up with my friends in a park, and like we'd be 6 feet apart or whatever
Sure.
the fuck, doing that. And then I don't know if you ever used it, but there was an app called House Party, and it was basically like a FaceTime app where you could have multiple people on the screen, and it was just like a group FaceTime thing apparently. So I used that a lot to just talk with people and
Crazy.
catch up, play games. So
You're more social than
Yeah,
me, because I wouldn't even do that. Anything that's online, I'm usually out. If it's not in person, it's not the same for me. But I get it. Makes
it's
sense.
not, right? But it's all you had for a while there. It was like completely locked down, and eventually they're like, okay, you can meet up in a park or meet up in a parking lot or whatever, and be 6 feet apart. So I did that as soon as I could. But before that, yeah, I wanted to do group FaceTime calls and stuff like that. So
How'd you keep yourself entertained? Like any other hobbies or things you like to do?
I mean, yeah, when you're locked in, like lots of gaming, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
TV shows, movies, talking to the family. Yeah, that's that's kind of what I was doing for the most part.
Didn't we
And then
game together
FaceTiming.
at some point?
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
We were playing Warzone.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, oh, we played a lot of Warzone actually. I do miss that. That was really fun.
Good times.
Um,
And the
OG
running joke
Warzone.
was the running joke was that Daddy Trudeau would pay our checks because he would throw out CRB to everybody. So you're getting paid to game Warzone and to stream it and to play with your buddies. I'm like, wow, what a good goddamn time. Well, a lot of people, of course, had a hard time with COVID. I changed the meaning for it. Like I started just like really studying tech and trying to figure out probably this is my route and how am I going to stand out from everybody else that builds computers and troubleshoots them and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
because I was getting taken care of with Daddy Trudeau,
Mm,
I was like, yeah, I think it's no better timing. Um,
mm.
I don't know. It was
Yeah.
one of those things that I was grateful for that the government still like provided for you, and I didn't take advantage of it. So like I had no money, so they paid you, and they're like, okay, you don't have to pay anything back. And I'm like, interesting, but how come this guy
Yeah.
got paid and he had to return like half of it? I don't know. It
Yeah.
was circumstantial. Did you have to? Did you ever get paid by the government?
I never actually took it. So
Really?
yeah, I was really dumb. In my head, I was like, okay, I just got back from London. Like, there's no way I can get this money, right? Like, I was in London for the last 2 years, like, whatever. Turns out I absolutely could have. I'm a Canadian citizen. I've lived here for most of my life, whatever. Like, I think I actually could have, but like a lot of my friends got up to like 20 grand, and I just missed out on that. But a lot of people also had to pay it all back, right? So
With interest.
yeah, with interest, which is the biggest bullshit ever, dude. It's like, here's Serb, helping you out for COVID. You're welcome. And then, oh, sorry, we want it all back. Like,
I can't imagine
so
the
I'm
interest.
glad I didn't take it,
Mm-hmm.
but it would have been nice for sure.
I
But
get it. Yeah, that makes
ultimately,
sense.
it's like, yeah, not worth taking.
So now we fast forward a little bit more. You're working. I think you told me about a couple of jobs. Up to you if you want to tell me which jobs or what jobs have you worked in total. I'm curious to hear if you have any in common.
Oh gosh. I have no idea, man. I was a door-to-door salesman for charity in Vancouver.
Not easy.
So that was absolutely brutal. I worked for Care, Save the Children, and maybe one other. I can't remember, but yeah. So we did that. That didn't last long. That was really tough, but it was cool. It was good
Tons of
experience,
rejections,
right?
you'd say? Probably 80%.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, dude. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a charity in Vancouver. People either want nothing to do with you or they already have their charities,
Yeah.
right? There was a few people that, I definitely did okay, but in the end it was just like, yeah, this is not for me. Um, yeah, and then I think I was in London doing the chiropractic office job.
Mm-hmm.
I was like an assistant and receptionist kind of thing. Did that. Got free chiro, physio. It was great.
Super worth it.
Uh,
That's nice.
yeah. And then back in Calgary, just a whole string of labor jobs, just like random construction stuff. Um, I worked in a warehouse for a bit. I was in parts and shipping and receiving for a big equipment company. Um, Worked for a sign company, did signage, installations, billboards, and now I am doing commercial window washing. So
Commercial
a
window.
whole bunch of random jobs. Yeah. So
But To pay the bills, because it's not like your passion, right?
Yeah, I love going out and like
Okay.
hanging out with people, love food, love good drinks, love good restaurants, and yeah, just fun events. So definitely just to pay the bills.
I wonder, because I just had a call with a friend too, telling me the same thing, and I don't know, man. I'm 26 and no fucking clue what to do with my life, man. And I'm like, how has nobody like? So the people, hands up to the people that know what the fuck they want to do with their lives. Okay, great. The other ones, so you guys go left, and we'll ship you through Nigeria. Then you'll end up in SFU, and then you'll finish at UBC, and then you'll graduate whatever you want. For the people that have no fucking clue, we'll come up with this like center of. I got nothing. But the whole premise is for people that have no idea what they want to do. Come on in, nice to meet you, get to know everything about you, collect all that good data, and then pair you up based on personality and horoscope, whatever. And then, or have different careers. We got the police guy come in, we got the EMT come in, we got RMT, we got firefighter. Have conversations with each one, sign up for a ride along. Because when I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, I would do the same thing. I would go and I had ride along with the cops. I've same as you. I've put myself in jobs and I'm like, I'm not down, but I need to know if I'm gonna like it or not, or I gotta survive as living in the top 3 most expensive cities in the world or whatever. So for now, it's fine. I never see it as a waste of time. I see it as a learning experience, no matter what. Right? Also,
Definitely.
perspective, and hopefully you have that same perspective. But the goal for me was, what the fuck do I like? Doesn't matter what type of job it is. Sales, door to door, as you said, retail, restaurants,
Mm.
moving company, construction, like everything. And until you're like, yeah, this one makes a little bit more sense. For yourself, loving people, loving to give back, loving to make a difference.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that center that will tell you exactly where you want to go to. I go back to, why not go back to planning 10 and do one of those personality tests, just like the one that I got, taxidermist, magician, and cab driver. But actually put the time into it and focus and be like, okay, let's see. And maybe there's resources or work BC or something. There's got to be something that can guide you a little bit more to see exactly what you want to do.
Definitely.
Because I get it. That sense of purpose is like, now what? What the fuck? What am I? We're getting older. What do we want relationship-wise? Do we want business? Yes or no? Are our finances okay? How's our health? A lifestyle, are we happy with it? Of course, being grateful and giving back and growing as a human, the spiritual needs. But where do you think you're at, brother? I'm curious to hear.
Absolutely. For me, like, yeah, it's been really tough. Definitely one of my biggest insecurities is not knowing what I want to do with my life, you know. It's been it's just been like a lifelong struggle, man. Outside of, you know, getting out of high school, like what do I want to do? What is my career? What is my passion? What drives me? You know, what's that North Star? And I haven't figured that out yet. I figured out a lot of jobs that I don't enjoy. I can tell you that much, which I think is just as important, right? Knowing what you don't like, crossing things off your list is just as helpful. Um, but yes, as you said earlier, giving back, people. I love people. I've done a lot of labor jobs, a lot of like, you know, independent, hardworking, whatever jobs, but I want to be working with a team. I want to be helping people, and I want to be dealing with people every day. Um, and now it's just figuring out what that is. I have a friend who just became a school counselor, and that was like a huge change for her. That was just the best thing that could have happened. Before that, she was doing social work with like troubled kids, like kids who got in a lot of, you know, just a lot of trouble, I guess, right? And just like difficult situations and really tough things to deal with day to day. But now she's a school counselor and she's like loving it. So I thought that could be really cool. Even social work, you know, I'd give that a shot. HR maybe. I just need to kind of like figure out what I'm going to enjoy that revolves around people. So
The good thing is there are a couple options, right? Because I'm similar to you, but I'm more ambivert. because I need my time to decompress too. I get energy from people too, but it depends on my
Yep.
state. There's a lot of it that depends on the state that I'm in. If I'm shitty, I don't want to see anybody. Get the out of my house. I
Yeah,
want my own
mental is
peace,
everything.
right? So I want to make sure that
Yeah.
if we're clean here, if my environment is clean, we got the agenda in place, then we can have a conversation. Like, there's a lot of, this is the OCD brain on my part, but there's a lot of pre-requirements before I can just hop into whatever it is, social type of thing, whatever type of social event. But I wonder, because my route was psych, because I love people, I love understanding the mind, I love body language, I love, you listen to enough podcasts and self-help books, and as I mentioned to you in the previous time that we spoke, Tony has been my guy since 2013, right? Have you watched the trailer? Did you get to watch it yet?
No, I need to watch it, man. I will watch that right after this.
Love to get your thoughts. But yeah, he was like my that North Star, that person that pointed me in the right direction. I don't know what right and wrong. I know what wrong is, but like what makes sense to me in the direction that I wanted to head, because after 15 different jobs, 15 different schools, 15 different houses, how many fucking more times? And I said, well, I guess number 16 it is. Nope, this job I don't like either. 17? Nah, you're fired. Got it. Number 18? Nah, the boss sucks. Okay, got it. Until one of them was just like, yep, this clicked. And for me, it was through tech and gaming. And then gaming made me help connect with people and talk to them on a deeper level, not let me fix your computer and see you later. I want to get to know my client and make sure that they're taken care of. And
Definitely.
it's one of those things, dude, that because you can't please anybody, just be your authentic, beautiful self the way you are, right?
100%. There's no other way to live.
Correct. And you have that skill that you're good at listening. So
Yeah.
you mentioned in the previous time we recorded that you had somebody that's going through a hard time. Fuck, what do I do? I'm not gonna pay $200 counseling, man. Why the fuck's counseling not free? And let me call Aidan. Aidan will listen to me. You had a nice, lovely conversation. Heard her out? Heard him out? Not sure what gender, but what gender were they?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what that was.
It's personal.
I know we talked about it last time. Trying to remember the situation I was talking about. Sorry, I have goldfish brain, man.
It's you were telling me that somebody was going through a hard time, I don't know if it was a relationship or career, and then they spoke to you for like a while, and then you heard them out, and just you by hearing them out and providing some advice, they were like super thankful about it.
Yeah. No, I do that quite often, so I'm gonna have to think about the one I was thinking, but I do remember us talking about that, and yeah, I'm trying to remember who that was.
I wonder if you're I was sorry to interrupt you, but I wonder if your path is on that side of things. You start as a social worker, you start by understanding more how people work and observing them, and then you pivot that, whether it's school, whatever, because I'm not sure if you're a school type of guy. School never made sense to me, but maybe clinical counseling or psychotherapist, psychologist, and yeah, or therapist or counselor or marriage counselor, whatever, in that area, because I can see you helping out and being like a good ear for people. But again, this is what I know you. It's up to you what you do with your life. This is just what I gauge. I'm curious of your thoughts.
Yeah, definitely. Let me think here. Yeah, definitely. I think as we were talking about earlier, like I know last time I was saying like just listening to people is really helpful, because like I know a lot of people out there sometimes are just kind of like struggling in silence, and just like being an ear to listen to for that person can be like just really helpful for them, right? So I can't remember like the exact person that I was talking about there, but like it was, I know it like really makes an impact for whenever I like hear people out, you know. It's big. As for like what I want to do now, I mean, school counselor sounds really cool. I was looking into HR, you know, just like human resources. There's like addictions counseling, social work. so I'm kind of just looking at those now. You know, before I was looking at business and the trades and all sorts of things, but I've definitely narrowed it down to like people.
Good.
So
Good.
I'd love to be a psychologist. That's the dream,
Mm-hmm.
but that's so much school. So probably
Okay.
not that, but yeah, we'll see. You never know. Maybe I'll
Are you
feel
are you a school type
fit
of
to
guy,
do
or
it.
are you more self-taught? Like, what makes more sense to you?
I am figuring that out now. Yeah, straight out of high school, I just got right into labor jobs and just like went from job to job. Um, I've always like been kind of pressured by my parents to go to school, but I haven't done that so far. I've just worked and traveled. That's been my last like 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
I love traveling,
Mm-hmm.
so uh,
Opens up your mind.
yeah. So it does, man. It really does. Yeah, I think yeah, school could be a possibility. We'll see. Yeah, I'm cooking up something right now. So,
You did mention to me, because you could bring it up this time, that you're planning to leave to Sweden,
yeah.
was it?
Yes. So I am going to move to Sweden. And I'm going to try and figure out what I want to do as a career. I got a really good opportunity out there. I've got Irish citizenship, which is like an EU passport.
Nice.
So I can actually like study there for very cheap or like almost free, I guess.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I I am gonna end up going to school, and see if that works out for me. But yeah, that's a plan in the next like 2 months actually. So
Holy crap, brother. How long are you going to be there for, do you think? Or for the rest of your life so far?
I don't know. It could be 1 to 5 years. You know, I might, it might not be the right fit, and I come back to Calgary, or I might, get a degree out there and then come back. But I always come back to Canada, man. I don't know. I love it. And Calgary specifically. I love the city. So I definitely see myself coming back here, but um you never know,
Sure.
right? You never know where life takes you. But yeah, the plan is to go to school in Sweden and just try and figure out what I want to do. Try a bunch of stuff. There's not that financial burden hanging over you. It's like I can try different things and see what I like, and
Good.
not be afraid to like drop out or change careers or whatever. Like, so I'm hoping I can get a greater sense of clarity out there. So we'll
Thanks for
see.
sharing, brother. Yeah, that's one of the purposes of the podcast, is to talk about the harder parts of life, the vulnerabilities, the failures, the fucking pressure that I get from my parents to go to school, man. What are you doing? I get that. I've been in the same shoes. What do you do? Sometimes you don't listen to your parents, so you're just gonna continue doing the path that you do. I get it. Sometimes you do listen, but then it's like it feels forced, and then you're in school there at 6 a.m. and then you're like, I don't know how people do this, man. I don't have the attention span for that. I think, fuck, I'd rather talk to these people here and get to know them.
I know.
But
Yeah.
it's not for everybody, is what I've noticed. I'd rather, out of the people that I've heard, people like the conversations that I've had, they're happier when they know what they want to do and they go to school and they're excited to do it. And whether it's excited or it's just like, fuck it, we'll get through with this, but I know what the end goal is. When there's no end goal and you're punching and thrusting in space to hopefully find pay dirt somewhere,
Yeah.
that's when maybe mental health can kick in and you're like, now what? Damn, I gotta fucking F. What do I do from now? Like, what's?
Yeah.
It feels more demoralizing instead of having that outcome. So
Definitely.
my 2 cents for you would probably be good that you know that it's people.
Hmm.
Could be the area of psychology or social worker or something to do with giving back, because I know you care. You're a beautiful soul. So I'm glad. I'm
Thanks.
glad that's in you. A lot of people don't give a fuck about other people. It's too self-centered, right?
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. How do we leverage that and make a career out of it? Because if you found a way to make money in whatever YouTube channel and you're the guy that people come to for X, Y, and Z, #1 counselor worldwide, but you love what you do, and for the first 3 years you don't get paid anything, sort of like what I do, which I don't charge for a reason, but it's also to be of service. If you find a way to stand out and provide a service that whether has been done or has been done, but get your own twist to it, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can come up with your own concept of what you're trying to do. As long as you love it, then they say you never work a day in your life, which would be fucking nice.
Yeah.
But it's hard, brother, because every day it's just like, where am I gonna get a paycheck from? But this is the business route. When you take that path, and taxes and HR and lead people and build yourself and family and responsibilities, and it's just like when do you ever have time for anything, right? But I love it. So I'm like, I can't wait for you to find out what the fuck you love. So in 5 years, what do you want? Do you want a relationship? Do you want a long term? Do you want a short term? What are you thinking about that? I'm curious.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody wants a relationship at the end of the day, right? Like, yeah. I'm just kind of looking for the right person, man, and I'm hoping I run into that. But yeah, it just hasn't happened yet. So
Maybe in Sweden.
we'll see. Maybe in Sweden, yeah, 100%, man. So
I wonder what that culture
we'll
is
see what
like.
happens.
But yeah, I can see you definitely settle down and whether it's married or long term partner. Do you want kids? Just curious. 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted like a boy and a girl. I think that's been like my dream, but for me it's like I don't want to have kids until I'm in a, good spot and I can afford it. I don't want to be like scraping by and like trying to figure things out. Like I want to be in a
Settled.
good spot when
Yeah, buddy.
when I do have, you know. So I don't know. We'll see about like Sweden, but ideally I think I'd like to find somebody in Canada and like settle down here. Like again, we'll see what happens, but I love Canada, dude. It's just it's always been my like home, and I love the people here, especially in Calgary. So
Sure. That makes sense. There's a lot of things
tough to
that
see.
bring you back. Sweden, creators of IKEA? Question mark.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes, yeah,
Lego? No, Lego
yeah,
is Denmark? Something like that. Maybe.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Sweden has a lot of like pop stars and artists as well.
Can't think of it.
Like oh wow, ABBA is probably the biggest one.
Okay. I didn't
out
know
of
that.
Sweden. Yeah. Lots of EDM people as well. Avicii, Swedish House
Rest
Mafia.
in peace. Okay.
Yeah. Um, Alesso. Yeah.
Heard,
So there's
but don't know who that is.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So there's I don't know. There's lots of things out of Sweden. I'm kind of blanking now, but we can add pictures or something later.
Sure.
I
Yeah, that's
guess.
fine. That's fair. It's just to catch up, anyways, brother. I can't think of any more topics. Did we cover everything from last time? And was there something that you wanted to talk about? Anything that I could think of that you could think of?
I think we covered most things. Yeah. No, that was most of the stuff. I think. Yeah, we wanted to talk a bit more about our plan to build the perfect educational system as well, but that's a big
It's a 4 hour conversation.
like, like I do, oh, man, I'd love to talk about that again at some point, but yeah, I feel like our education system's so outdated, and I can tell we're both very frustrated with how it's been, and it'd be great to that's something where we could reinvent the wheel, just like if we could somehow have a program for kids that don't know
Correct.
what they want to do, that would be a game changer.
Holy shit.
Because planning 10's useless. They don't really help you for getting, what to do after high school. Applying for unis, figuring out what you want to do, all very stressful. If there was just, I don't know. And maybe there is one that exists, I don't know. But like if there is, an area where you can go to and just like get a better idea of what you want to do. Because like, I remember I took those quizzes as well, and I actually did get window washer as one.
Yeah.
I got
buddy.
teacher and something else. I can't even remember. But Yeah, it's just
Good
it's
times.
it's 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 so frustrating, man, coming out of school and being like, I don't know what I want to do, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I'm hoping I can figure that out in Sweden, but I think yeah, it has to be with people. I can see like counselor, social worker,
I see the
maybe
teacher role
HR.
too.
I'm not sure.
Sure.
Yeah, teacher was like every test I've ever done has said teacher,
Hmm.
but like I don't know if I want to do that, you know. I might be good at it, but you know, it's something I'll just have to look into. But um yeah, I think like
I'm curious.
overall
Sorry to
yeah.
interrupt you. I'm curious. What's stopping you is fear of failure or fear of high school? Not high school. Fear of going to school and spending all that money because then you're like, ah, fuck, wrong career. What do you think is stopping you? I'm curious to learn more.
Yeah, like initially it was man, I was in Vancouver and you know, I knew school was expensive. And I just heard a lot of horror stories from friends that like they'd, you know, them, you know, and their parents as well had dropped thousands of dollars on school and they ended up not liking it and dropping out and wasting like whatever 20 to 40K or something, you know. Like just insane. And that really scared me, you know. Like I've always thought like very like highly of money and whatever, and I would hate to waste my parents' money. And I knew I wasn't ready. I knew if I went to uni out of high school, I would be partying. I'd be fucking around. I would not be taking it seriously,
You
right?
got it.
Very social guy, love partying. So I was like, I am not ready for school. I will, you know, even if it's something I'm very interested in, yeah, I'm probably just gonna party, right? So now that I feel like I'm actually ready for school and ready to like hit the books and like really dive into something, you know, I feel like I'm ready and yeah, I know it's gotta deal with people. So
Crazy
hopefully counselor.
how young at heart you are still to this day. Like I still see it there because
Yeah, man.
I've had to mature through powerful, intense, painful situations that a lot of people just don't put themselves into those situations, but because they'll be like, fuck no, I want my own mental health. But because I would focus on the other person and trying to figure them out and understand them and see how fucking delicate the mind is, that was my goal. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna help them out. I'm gonna figure out how. But for your kid, and I still have that young at heart because my favorite emotion is nostalgia. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Playing Counter
Definitely.
Strike 1.6 in Colombia with my best friend. Playing Halo 2 and 3 back in the day and no goddamn worries. Everything's paid. Playing this specific EDM music, 90s music. And I go back to that because I'm like, my life became hard after that in Vancouver because before that it was chill. You just depend on your
Yeah.
parents. And then life kicks in, and then shit happens, and health, and people start disappearing, and they end up on the other side. And you're like, wait, where's grandma? She's dead. Got it. Okay. Where is it?
Yeah.
Dead. 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 And then you go back and you're like, wait, where's everybody? Oh man. Got it. So time
Yeah.
just keeps going. So how does one
Hmm.
mature? There's. I feel like I need a manual to life, brother. I need. I need to. So okay, at 12 years old, this is what's gonna. Like I need everything. I don't know if it's structure, if it's lost, it's this fear of missing out with people at the same time. Nobody really knows what they're doing, but they just meme and they pretend. And then there's Instagram with all kinds of the superficial shit, which I am not a victim. I do it myself, so I get it. Um, but that's the whole point of podcast. Is talk about more of the harder stuff. How do we overcome it?
Absolutely.
What's the advice if you can give advice? You're 25, 6.
26.
If you can give two questions, if you can give your 18-year-old self or
Oh,
15-year-old self advice, what would you say?
God. Oh. Um I think for me it would be to, you know, continue helping people and continue spoiling people, but spoil yourself as well. You know, I am notorious for just going all out for my friends and like just buying lots of food, drinks, and buying tickets for, you know, friends who might be like struggling or can't afford it, or, you know, if they don't quite want to go out, I might, you know,
Sure.
buy them a ticket and just push them to come out. But yeah, spoil yourself too, man. I'm terrible at putting myself first, and you know, yeah, just like getting myself like nice things here and there. Like yeah, I'd rather do something for my
I
friends.
get
So
it. Yep. You can.
that's one for sure. Yeah, definitely. Like, I think it would have been like, I do wish that I maybe went to school. Like, I know I just talked about how I would have like partied or something, but like maybe it would have like helped me figure out what I wanted to do. Because I was taking a psychology course in high school, so like I knew that was something I was interested in. I'm not gonna say that the last 6 or 7 years were like a waste of time, but I definitely have been coasting. Like, I wish I just picked something, even to like give it a shot, you know? I think that would have been my thing. Maybe like go into psychology or whatever. Even if it wasn't what I ended up doing, yeah, I've been coasting and traveling and whatever, and like I think that's your 20s though. So like I don't regret it, but I think if I were to do it over again, I might have gone to school or something. But
Can you imagine the butterfly effect that you would create from that? The ripple effect? Just switching one little thing, and
I
now
know,
you're somewhere in Zimbabwe. Like, that's the problem with going
yeah,
back in
dude,
time and switching your decisions.
I
It
know,
could influence
right?
so much other things.
Everything. It changes everything. And again, none of us know the answers, man. I just know that like I've been coasting for the last 6 or 7 years and traveling and having fun and goofing off and whatever. Going to a lot of raves has been the last 3 years as well. Like it's just, yeah, I might have gone to school and put myself first a few more times,
Sure.
you
Yeah,
know.
that makes sense.
But um,
And then the second piece of advice, or second question, what piece of advice would you give somebody that you don't know? Um, if they're, yeah, they're between their 16 to 19, what piece of advice would you give up based on what you know?
nice. Oh man. Get out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the biggest one for me, which is tough. It really is because 16 to 19, all you care about is what other people think about you. But in the end, it's like I don't know. I love to think of like X Factor and like American Idol and all that
Sure.
shit. It's like there's so many people that get up on stage and just people are judging them and like, oh, what the fuck is this? And then they put on an incredible performance and then they get the golden buzzer and all of a sudden they're the coolest people in the room. You know, and that's what high school feels like. You're just like up by yourself in front of all these people and feeling all this judgment. But yeah, like get out of your comfort zone and maybe you can get the golden buzzer or something, like be authentic, do what you want to do, get out of your comfort zone and go kill it. Stop thinking what other people think about you all the time.
I'll add to that. Remember that we're the main characters of our own lives. We're not always thinking about the other person. I can guarantee
Yeah,
that. Because everybody's in their own head of what the fuck, what are they thinking? And we're in your own head, so nobody's thinking about each other. That's usually how it goes. But I like it. Beautiful
100%.
advice. That makes complete sense.
Yeah, it's huge, man. I think just like yeah, at the end of the day, it's like the only person that's going to care about you is you. You're going to have people in your life. There's going to be people that care about you for sure. But at the end of the day, you are the only person that is there for you when shit hits the fan.
Correct.
So, and then, the other thing which we talked about a little bit earlier was just, yeah, like, just be there for other people and just lend your ears for a second. Cause like, there's been many times in my life where people have just like come up to me and they just like just lose it, and they're just like really having a hard time, and all they need is just to be listened to, and just for you to like hear them out and be there for them. And it really does make a difference, man. Like, just lend your ears if you see somebody struggling, because
Sure.
it really like can make a difference. And I've done it a lot of times. And yeah, just help people out, man. There's a lot of struggling people out there, and
Yeah, buddy.
you know, even just like, I don't know, giving people a smile or something. It's just like
Simple stuff.
it
Simple
does
stuff.
have an impact. Yeah. So
It's interesting how in some countries like Canada, like I guess more Western countries are more depressed, but I think it's because of the lack of community. And then you go back to my country in Colombia, you go to Mexico, and then like they got nothing. And they're 10 out of 10 happy, whatever, riding horses, or they sell their little trinkets here and there, or they, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, they're happy being janitors, and I don't see anything wrong with that, but I'm like, they're fulfilled. They have the community. This person brings a little bit of soup, this person brings a salad, this guy brings the meat, we all commune together. There's no money, but have your little bit of soup, and we all talk about life, gather around, put some music, we'll dance, good night. 10 out of 10 life.
yeah, dude. No, it's I think like for me, I just see as there's so much just I don't know, like things over here, like fancy cars and whatever, luxurious fashion stuff, shiny chains, whatever. There's so many things that are just on our feed or on TikTok or on Instagram or whatever that we're like, oh, I need that to be happy. You see all the streamers with these massive houses and flashy
Crazy.
cars and big chains, and it's like, that's what I need to be happy. And I think a lot of us just subconsciously think that like I need that to be happy, and that's just not true. And it's just our phones, man, and what we put in front of ourselves. It's not good for us. And in those other countries, like they're just like, oh, like I can enjoy a meal with my friends here, like this is all I need. They don't have that constant like whatever Jack Doherty like crashing his McLaren or something, like it's like they don't have that constantly in space.
Holy shit.
The people here are all I need, right? So it's a much simpler life, and we just have way too much shit in front of us, distractions.
The stimulus is too much. We're always fired up. Our dopamine's always being. It's like every time you pick up your phone. Well, let's see, like the statistic. I think it's like your usual person picks up their phone like 152 times a day. Imagine that. So glued up to that.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, where there's none of that, the presence, I feel like there's less mental health. It's gonna be there, but it just feels less because you deal with shit in the community. And I wish it was similar here, but it's harder when you have cultures from all around the world. I think that's my excuse. I don't know if that's true, but that's why I wonder. That's where my mind goes of why not we're not one community. We're not all hanging out and instead of people being so reserved or just talking about the weather instead of like the deeper conversations, right?
I know, man. That's why I really like just enjoy this podcast, and I'm so thankful you bringing me on here, because this is so rare nowadays to just have like a genuine talk with somebody and like that sense of connection and knowing somebody on a deeper level. Like it's so much harder to come across nowadays, I find. And so when I have these like deep talks with people, I really enjoy them and just like take it all in, because it's it's usually just like whenever I see you at a party or see you here, or like, oh, maybe I'll kick a ball around with you or whatever. But like having these like sit down deep conversations is just so meaningful, and it's what I live for. So if we could have less phones and more just hanging out in person, that'd be great. But yeah, or go back to the days when you're playing floor hockey on the street, like just good times. But
I appreciate it, brother.
yeah,
That's
why take it in.
Yeah, it's a good ending. Like I'd rather leave it at that because I can't think of any more things, and I want to leave it on a sort of positive note. That thank you for coming on. Thank you for doing this again.
Absolutely, man. Round two.
And first time that the audio didn't save for the people that didn't hear us. And if you can share, that'd be great for the people that that know us or that know of us or whatever. It doesn't matter. Spread the word. I'll send this over to Isaiah for sure. Post it on the social medias, because that's the one thing about social media. As much as it's just flaunting your best self, it's the main thing I like about social media is that we still get to keep in touch after all this time. Like I'm grateful for that. That we
absolutely.
It just makes our life much more convenient instead of calling you on a rotary phone over there. I don't know. I don't think people talk about
As much as it's a distraction, it's also a great tool,
it. I
and
mean,
absolutely keeping in touch with people, man, has just been a game changer and is so awesome. Um, yeah, it's not all bad.
amen, brother. If you leave, when do you leave to Sweden, by the way?
November 16th, 2 months.
Okay, I'll try my best to make it out there for my birthday, November 2nd. Would be cool. I'd be down.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Um,
Yes.
Go visit my best friend over there, Mr. Julian. That you met him? Yes, you did.
Yep. The pilot,
See,
yeah.
that's right. And you and Mr. Isaiah, because I don't know anybody else there. But just one of those hangouts once again, because it was fantastic playing the newer version of Sting Pong at your what was it? Your somebody's apartment? Top floor?
Yeah. My brother and a couple of my friends stayed at the bridge there,
Okay.
and we got to play sting pong up there. Yeah.
Good times. Always fun. Get a good laugh. But if because you're not planning to come back to Vancouver anytime soon, right? Your trip is just to head off.
I don't know if I'll be able to before then. Again, I hope so, but I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't know. But when I'm out of school for like 4 months, I'll be in Canada is my plan. So it won't be like I'm gone for 5 years. I'll be back here for like
Here and there.
4 months of the year.
Sure.
I will definitely be out to Vancouver during one of those times. So
Please let me know, brother. It's been
Absolutely.
a motherfucking pleasure as always. Thank you for joining me and great pictures. I'll make sure I put them on the screen for people so they can have a nice cringy laugh because they are pretty cringe.
and the
Good
camp
times.
video, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I will link that in the description and if yeah, I'll be there so then you can just send the video to people and then he's like, we got an extra. We got the camp video in the description so people can check it out, but maybe the podcast if people care, that'd be cool. That was a good hour, so that's a good amount of time. Appreciate you, brother. Much love as always, and we'll talk again soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man, for having me. Love you, dude. Appreciate it.
Likewise, brother. Good night. Take care.
Bye.
Peace.
Good night. Peace.